Yo, get him, yo, get him. He's turning left, southwest. Alright, yeah. Oh shit. Yo, I'm just messing with you guys. I'm not actually playing video games. What's up? My name is Kevin, and today I wanted to talk a little bit more about this. If, there's nothing wrong with doing this, like, every now and then, but if you're doing it every day, playing video games, Netflix, and all that fun stuff, if you're doing that every day, then it can really catch up with you and your progress as you grow. I found myself, like, personally speaking, in my own life, like, kind of like doing this very often, a little too often, having too much fun. But then I realized that a whole year has passed by, like 2020 is almost over, and I haven't really accomplished things that I wanted to accomplish. So in this video, I wanted to share 3 tips that have been helping me out with growing, developing myself, and really changing my mindset and getting out of that lazy mentality. So with that being said, let's jump straight into the video. The first thing that I did want to talk about was understanding your situation. If you're in a difficult situation, you have to understand that you're gonna have to work 1, 2, 3, 4, if not 5 times as hard as someone who's not in the same situation as you. This is something that's like super important to me because literally my whole life I told myself that, oh, I can't do this because I have school. Oh, I can't do this because I have homework. Oh, I can't do this because I don't have any money. Oh, I can't do this because I have work. Or I can't do this because I'm tired, or it's my day off. So I always, my whole life, had a certain excuse for not doing something in every situation. And so what I've come to realize is that there's never gonna be a good time to do something. So once you can internalize the idea that, if you're in a difficult situation, you're gonna have to work harder, the sooner you can become more comfortable with the idea of actually working hard. See, previous to this idea, the thought of just working or the thought of doing something that required more energy made me feel tired. And so once I started to internalize this idea that, wow, I'm gonna have to work harder to do the things that I wanna do, and it's like, okay, I'm mentally preparing myself to do that extra work, to do harder work. And so I think this is the first step into being more productive. Okay, so the second thing I wanted to talk about in this video was urgency. As soon as you have an idea, act on it in that moment. Don't wait 30 minutes, don't wait an hour, because that turns into a week, and then the week turns into the year. The moment you have that idea is the moment you'll have the most energy to actually pursue that idea. And so the longer you wait, the older you'll get, and then the older you get, the more responsibilities you'll have. I think a lot of people underestimate how much you can get done in 1 hour. If you just sit down, do some research, write some ideas, and actually do something towards getting there, or just thinking about it, I think it's super beneficial to do that than to just put it off for 30 minutes, an hour, and then just go on Netflix and just forget about it. Because the more times you just ignore these ideas that you have, the less incompetent that you'll feel when you have a good idea. Just because you're so used to letting go of those ideas, when you have a good idea, you won't be able to do it because you're so used to just like not doing them. So act with urgency. Okay, so the third thing that I really wanted to talk about was the power of doing. The reason why I think this one is super important is because simply by just getting out there and actually doing something towards what it is that you want to learn, or what it is that you want to do, you can really start to shift your mind from, like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm not capable of doing something. You have to stop thinking that way, and you have to more so start to think like, oh, this is an iterative process. Like, this is something that you learn over time, that you gain over time. It's a skill that you gain over time. It's not something that you're gonna get overnight. And I think, like, with the internet era and everything, we're so accustomed to getting instant gratification, and that's just not the case when you're learning a new skill. So a lot of the times we also see celebrities and we're just like, oh, they're just good. Although they do have some talent, like, they also worked very hard to get to where they are. And I think a lot of people fail to realize that. They'll be like, oh, these people are just talented, that's why, or they're rich, that's why they're where they are. And that's not the case. Everyone starts somewhere. Okay, so the sooner you start to realize that this takes time to actually get good at, the sooner you can shift your mind from saying like, oh, these people are where they are because they're super talented or because they're rich, and you start to shift your mind more towards something like, oh, if they did it, then that means that I can do it because they're a human being and they're no better than me. And so I think once you start to have these thoughts, I think it's a very powerful thing, because for once you start to realize that you can achieve what it is that you want to achieve. I know it sounds crazy, like I know this sounds like common sense, but you'd be surprised by like how many people I've met that say that they can't do something because of A, B, C. Like if you really actually want to do something, taking those small steps towards that really helps you realize that you can do it. Okay, so to reiterate, the first one was to understand your situation. The second one was to act with urgency. And then the third one was to, you know, the act of doing, just do it. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll start to realize new things and the more opportunities that will start to come. But don't just have all these ideas stuck up in your head and not bring them to life. Bring them to life. That was all for this video. I hope you guys are getting something out of it. If you did, hit the like, hit the sub, show some love in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.